When I learned that Trig would have special needs, honestly, I had to prepare my heart. And at first, to be honest with you, I was really scared and had no idea what to expect, really. And I had talked a lot about cherishing every life and wanting to do all that I could for those with special needs. My 13-year-old nephew is autistic, and I'm very, very close to him and to his parents, and always wanted to do all that I could. But still, when I found out that Trig would have special needs, not knowing what to think, really, and I was scared. And Todd and I, we had to ask for strength and understanding, and we did a lot of praying for that understanding and that strength, and to see purpose in all of this. And what's been confirmed in me, especially since Trig's birth, has been absolute confirmation that, yes, every child has something to contribute, and if you give them that chance, there is purpose, there is that contribution to be made, and there is that special love that they bring to this world, and that is a love that I think especially our country needs more of. And you know that there are the world's standards of perfection, and then there are God's standards of perfection, and these really are the final measure. And every child is beautiful before God and is dear to Him for their own sake. And the truest measure of any society is how it treats those who are most vulnerable. And in a McCain-Palin administration, we're going to put the educational choices for special needs children in the right hands, the hands of the parents and the good, responsible caretakers. Under reforms that I will lead as vice president, the parents and caretakers of children with physical or mental disabilities will be able to send that boy or girl to the school of their choice, public or private. Under our reforms that we'll talk about, federal funding for every special needs child will follow that child. Some states have begun to apply this principle already, thankfully, as in Florida's McKay Scholarship Program. And that program allows for choices and a quality of education that should be available to parents in every state for every child with special needs. And this process should be uncomplicated and quick and effective, because early education can make all the difference. And no barriers of bureaucracy should stand in the way of serving our children with special needs. And that's why John and I will direct the Department of Education to clarify the statute administratively. And we'll make explicit that when state funds are portable, that federal funds are fully portable. And we're going to make sure that parents have choices and children receive the education that they desire and that they deserve for their children. As families across America know, the care of special needs children requires this long-term planning. Now, it requires also especially financial planning. A common practice among these families is to establish financial trusts to start taking care of this aspect. These are known as special needs trusts, covering years of medical and other costs. And for parents, they bring invaluable comfort and security. Understandably, then, many families with special needs children or dependent adults, they're concerned about, in this race, our opponent in this election who plans to raise taxes on precisely these kinds of financial arrangements. They fear that Senator Obama's tax increase will have serious and harmful consequences, and they're right, because the burden that his plan would impose upon these families is just one more example of how many plans can be disrupted and how many futures can be placed at risk and how many people can suffer when the power to tax is misused.